My name is Anna, and I would like to welcome you and thank you for joining our second Circle's marketing event. Today's speaker is Natalia KRATSMAR SMOGROVICOVA. She will talk about how to build a sustainable brand for a new company. And now, before entering maybe to the main topic, I would like to present you the people who are behind Circle's marketing, and those are Denny and Anna Cortis. Denisa is currently working as a brand manager at Procter & Gamble, where she is covering the CE region for one of their bigger brands. And Anna, myself, I'm working at eBay as a campaign manager for global incentives programs. So basically all those coupons that our customers receive via email or banners and so on. And now I would like to give the word to Denny.
Yes, so who we are? So Marketing Circle is an international marketing group. Our goal is to learn from each other, to share best practices in marketing and connect across different industries. We would like to organize a lot of marketing events. Most of them will be offline, in inspiring location in Prague with inspiring speakers. But due to current circumstances, we decided to do these events online. And I hope that you will enjoy it and you will stay in touch with us for the future events as well. And today, in a minute, Nati will start her presentation. She will be speaking around 30 minutes, and then we have 20 minutes for your questions. So I would like to shortly introduce Natalia. So she is founder and CEO of Circlle, Czech sustainable activewear brand launched in December 2019. She was studying international business in Prague, followed by brand luxury management in Monaco. She was working for Bodega Veneta, but her passion for sustainable fashion led her where she is right now, and she will be telling you more about her passion and her business. So the word is yours, Nati, and you can share your presentation.
Okay, so I'm just going to switch the screen and let's start. So hello everyone. As Denny and Anna said, I'm the founder and CEO of Circlle, which is a sustainable activewear brand, a Czech one, a real local one, which I created because of my own need, basically, and because I had this passion for sustainable fashion. Before I go into Circlle, I just wanted to say that basically what I learned in the luxury industry, I'm trying to apply here at Circlle when it comes to customer service, when it comes to all the details, and especially the storytelling. In luxury, I learned that storytelling is what sells, and also the networking that you do. You have so many luxury brands, and to pick a one, you basically pick a one with the story that you can relate to, that you admire, and that you want to be a part of. So take Patek Philippe. They talk about history, about families, about personal bond and investment. Bottega Veneta is subtle. It's not loud luxury. So it's all about being this unique owner of a bag that only those who know the brand and all the details will recognize it. So basically, this is all I took into Circlle, and why I left luxury is because despite it being an industry that is not fast fashion, I still felt like there is a lot of consumerism, and I no longer basically aligned with the values there. So I left, I did my teacher's training in Bali, as you do, and there I got the idea that basically when I come back, I don't have anything to wear that would be up to the standards that I had. I also did an online course at London College of Fashion related to fashion and sustainability. And I quickly learned that, okay, maybe I can have an e-commerce and create a sustainable e-commerce that would be something like Farfetch or Net-a-Porter, but for sustainability. But I realized that a lot of the brands that I had in mind were sustainable on the surface, but not so much behind the closed doors. Because if you dig deep, you can find out that a lot of times those brands still manufacture in Asia. They might use the main material as a sustainable one, but they don't go into the details. They can have manufacturing in Asia, as I said, and they don't look into other details that I will talk about that I incorporated. So from this idea and the luck in the market, I saw Circlle came into life. I found, as you will see, some brands that are here, but either they were not ethically what I wanted for myself and for others, or aesthetically. I am all about being minimalist, having timeless design, which I believe is also important for timeless brand. You don't want to be trendy because that's not sustainable for your business and the brand as such. So let's go into another slide. First of all, I would like to just say a brief intro into what is sustainable fashion. So sustainable fashion is a movement and process of fostering change to fashion products and the fashion system towards greater ecological integrity and social justice. Sustainable fashion concerns more than addressing fashion textiles or products. It comprises addressing the whole system of fashion. This means dealing with independent social, cultural, ecological, and financial system. So as you can understand from this definition, it's not just about the material, it's about much more. And the much more can be expressed in those 8 key issues that are highlighted in the image. They concern well-being, climate change, water systems, chemicals, pollution, land use and biodiversity loss, diminishing resources, consumption and waste, modern day slavery. So it can be a lot to comprehend because once you realize it's like in everything. So just to give brief examples, climate change and fashion. The current level of CO2 in the atmosphere is already exceeding what it should and is considered and yet the fashion industry's emissions continue to increase. Water stress. 1.1 billion people currently lack access to clean water, whilst the fashion industry consumes water in growing fibers, production process, and in garment care, just washing your clothes at home. It can take 2,700 liters of water to make 1 cotton shirt. Which alone could provide up to 3 years of drinking water for 1 person. Hazardous chemicals and pollution. Textile processing currently accounts for around 20% of water pollution. And you can also think about all those chemicals from dyeing. And if you've seen, maybe you saw the True Cost documentary, you can see how local people can suffer because it really damages the quality of water there, of the rivers. They can have rashes and they lack drinking water. Land use and biodiversity. Fashion is directly linked to habitat loss and a decline in biodiversity through land use. Areas of forested land have been cleared for cotton cultivation, livestock raising, and cellulosic fibers made from wool, whilst livestock mismanagement has also led to degradation of the fertile land. Diminishing resources. Fashion is directly linked to habitat loss and a decline in biodiversity through land use. Areas of forested land have been cleared. Oh, this is what I already said, so that's related. Consumption and waste. Clothing worldwide has doubled since 2000, and yet the average British or European person keeps their clothing item for about half as long. So imagine before, I know when I was growing up, I had my clothes from my brother, which I hated because he's a boy, obviously. But my mom borrowed her clothes from her friends or family. She had something after her mom or grandma. Nowadays, we buy it, we use it once, and we throw it away. And only 1% of the world's textile is recycled. Modern day slavery. it still exists in form of child labor and forced labor. Just imagine the factories in Asia or Ethiopia, which is now becoming another great market for textile manufacturing. And unfortunately, for example, H&M moved their production there because they can save even more money. Well-being, over 50% of fashion workers are not paid the minimum wage, and in most cases it's not even the living wage. So we don't talk only about having the minimum, but they don't even reach what they need to live off. So those are the concerning issues that when I found out, I was like, this has to change. And so the 4 key agendas that sustainable fashion deals with are social, economic, ecological, and and cultural. And those all, you can see, highlight each of the issues I spoke about before. So when you want to build a sustainable brand, just like I wanted and I did, you cannot just think about, I want to sell something made from sustainable material. You have to look into social well-being, where it comes from, who is making it for you, the whole supply chain. You just have to, if you truly want to be sustainable, you have to really look into every single detail. That's why it's also misleading sometimes to know which brand is sustainable and which one isn't. You're all from marketing, so I imagine you've heard of greenwashing. Greenwashing is happening on daily basis. Just H&M, when they were, I think a month ago, they got the title, the most transparent brand in the world. Well, transparency doesn't make you sustainable, because if you're transparent about how bad your working conditions are, about how you don't pay your employees, well, congratulations. You can be transparent, but it does not equal sustainability. So transparency in sustainability has to be transparency about all the sustainable practices you do, and not hiding if you're not reached a point of every single detail. For example, in my brand, I am aiming towards having carbon neutral shipping. We're not there yet, but we're transparent about that. So, so basically from all these issues I highlighted, I wanted to create the brand, and I saw the opportunity here in the Czech market. There are few companies which are local and doing activewear. There are also many companies who do products for natural fibers. However, when you buy something from cotton, not only that it's heavy and difficult in terms of the water pollution and the amount of water you create, it's also not functional. So I wanted a brand that will be competing with the classic brands that you can buy, Alo Yoga, Nike, Adidas, that will be functional. So in the Czech market, we have few brands which are Syn v Pohybu, which is a Czech brand. They don't have information about sustainability. So whenever I don't hear information about sustainability, 99% the brand is not sustainable, because once you try to be sustainable, you scream it, you tell it to your people, because you want the right audience to follow you and to buy you. And I also haven't found any materials about what they use or manufacturing, but I know that they're a Czech brand, lifestyle brand. They manufacture, I think, here because the designer is Czech, but I don't have any more information. So for me, that was okay, this is not my direct competitor. There's another brand, We Move, which is they are Czech made, they have Czech suppliers and manufacturing, but again, they don't talk about sustainability nor the materials or even working conditions. So again, I would consider them more like an indirect. Sol Anamaya, they are Czech brand. They are made of a regenerated ocean plastic. They actually use one of the materials that I use, which again has a lot of different types. It's a brand or a company that produces this material, and you can choose different types based on your needs. and they do Czech manufacturing. What is different about them is definitely their branding, how they represent themselves. They're also more colorful and they have loud designs. They print on their design. So there are flowers, there are images of water, which is not what my brand is about. And they are also heavily connected to surfing. Circlle is more connected to yoga because that's how I came about it. I wanted something for yoga, but what also will be functional for other sports. So my brand Circlle is more about being minimalistic and inspired by yoga, but not limited by it. So why Circlle? As I said, we liked minimalistic and timeless design. We wanted clear and sustainable communication and informative content. I wanted Circlle to be not only a brand, but a point of reference for sustainability. So as you will see on our web, we have a blog, we write articles, not only about fashion, but anything related to sustainable lifestyle. I also liked sustainability beyond the main material. As I said, many brands, for example, I really admire if you know the brand Girlfriend Collective, it's a US brand. They use recycled materials as well. However, their manufacturing is in Taiwan. Apparently it's an ethical company, okay, but they don't talk about other, let's say, sustainable details they have. I went beyond the main material. My threads for sewing are recycled. There are no textile tags inside the clothes because it's an additional material. And when I asked Czech companies who are sustainable, not in activewear, but like fashion companies, where do they get their tags? They told me, well, we get the normal ones. I said, okay, so you are claiming to use exclusively recycled materials, being about sustainability, but you don't care about the small detail that is there and people will cut it and throw it away. Well, blah, blah, blah. This was their answer. So I said, no, either I find recycled one or I will print it on it because from ecological inks. Because for me, if you want to be sustainable, you have to think about every detail. So beyond the main material threads and the tags, our packaging is compostable. The thank you cards you get are from recycled paper. My business cards are from recycled paper, which is made of offcuts from t-shirts. So really I wanted each detail to be sustainable. That's for me how you can basically get ahead of your competition, but also think more in the long term. Also transparency, as I said, and something we would want to wear. So as I said, usually businesses come around when you have the need, just like Airbnb did, Uber did, and others. So there was a need for me, and I saw the need in others as well. Because when I went to yoga, I saw that people were wearing mostly conventional clothes, but I knew that some of them are interested in sustainable fashion. And also Czech brand thinking global, straight ahead. It wasn't easy to set up, especially as an e-commerce in the Czech Republic, because of the platform we chose. We chose a platform, Shopify, which can be multilingual, because directly I wanted to reach audience beyond the Czech Republic. So building the brand, as I said, I went from threads to delivery. I thought about every single detail that we could think about. First point that we wanted to bring out was aesthetical pleasure. So we seek simple yet bold expression, and the visuals are well designed but not cold. So even the colors. The colors also remind ourselves of ocean because we use recycled materials from regenerated ocean plastic. That's why there is a gentle nod to the sea in the design, where the materials come from, reflected in the main brand colors, and circular economy where nothing goes to waste. So in all the design and in our logo, you can see circularity. Why Circlle, for example? Circlle because it comes from circular economy, and double L because it means like double use. You don't only use it once, you use it twice. Plus it looked more cool. Which is reflected in the brand icon, the graphic element of the circle, the repetitive typography, and embossing print finishes. So we started from basically building the visuals and going from there. I knew what kind of materials I want to use, and then we started from the visuals, because I knew that the information that I will give people, I wanted to be not only like for the knowledge, but also visually pleasing and looking more like a premium luxury brand. So building the brand, another point was to build information and transparency. So on our website, we have a blog. So you have the shop, you have a huge section about us where you can find all the details, where we manufacture, about the material and everything else, and also the blog. The blog I'll show you. So this is the About Us page. Why are we here, how we think, and our values. And also we don't only put it on About Us, we always want to remind the customers and the people looking at the website about sustainability, because you can hear it once, but you will forget. It has to be repeated every single time, just like, you know, ads on TV. So on a product page, we always have other information and we repeat basically what we stand for. And about the blog, here are just some snippets of the blogs that you can read on our blog. So we don't only talk about sustainable fashion, but as I said, I wanted it to be a point of reference for sustainability. So you can read something a bit more about food waste, about reducing your carbon footprint, about local brand versus local brand, which I highly recommend you to read, because this was written at 10 p.m. when I found out about another Czech company that launched. Yet I just get agitated when I see a brand in the 21st century being launched without thinking about sustainability. For me, it doesn't make sense, because already we can buy so many products. You can just go on ASOS, you can go on Glammy, you can go on eBay, you can go on other, you know, platforms, e-commerce platforms. So why to build a brand and copy something that already exists? If you want to do it sustainably. So here I talk about local brand versus local brand and where sustainable boundaries. So that's just a recommendation for you to read. And about beauty. So there are really different blogs you can read. So more to key figures. So we launched in December 12, 2019. We had our first event though in November. We presented ourselves at a sustainable event, Slow Days, in the Czech Republic. So some just key figures from December, like comparing November, December, and first quarter of this year. We, on average, our sales went up 446%, which is understandable for a startup because you get more audience. So this is quite understandable. Also, our online store sessions went up. Returning customers are 4.79% on average this month, for example, because we relaunched some, we restocked some items. We had even higher number. Total orders went up. Online store conversion is 0.82, which is something that we work on. And the issue was that we basically launched. This is what they don't tell you. When you build a brand, there's no straight line. You always deal with problems. So we actually wanted to launch in November, but because of delay in IT and building the e-commerce, we had delays, and we launched without having it done fully. So the checkout process wasn't optimized, and we have only finally finished it last month. So the online store conversion, we hope, will be better even now. The sales traffic by source. People go to us directly through social media and search the most. Those are the three top, let's say, things. So you're all marketers, so you want to know about marketing. So marketing communication. When building this brand, I knew I wanted to go organically. I knew I wanted to be about community, and that social media will play a key role. So we started with actually photo shooting with influencers. I saw some, or I like had my eye on some people I wanted to include. I reached out to them, and I knew that probably they will like the idea, because as I said, if you have to align your values with the people who represent you. So I chose people who either were plant-based, were interested in sustainability, were talking about it, were supporting good brands. So those are the people I reached out to. So we did a photo shoot, and initially it helped us a little bit with our like building an audience on Instagram. Now we also do open casting calls, because we want to represent true people. We don't only take pictures on people of size XS and S. We do like range of women. We want to show people that Circlle is not only for yoga, it's also for walking, it's for gym, but also for any type of body. Social media is crucial for us, so that's where we get the most, let's say, publicity, brand awareness, and building a community. So as I said, we do it through the photo shoots. Influencer marketing helps us a lot, and also, like, you know, reposting all the clients that show they wear Circlle. Community and word of mouth, that is something that was crucial for us. Basically, I knew that I have to get a network in the community. So I started going to yoga classes. I got to meet people who supported the idea, and without ever asking them, once they found out, oh, you built a brand, let me see it, they supported it and shared it. So it wasn't a brand reaching out to them, here you have a product, please share it. It was more organic, in a sense that I built the relationships, and organically, if they liked it, without me pushing it, they shared it. And I think authenticity, especially in this DNA, is super important, because you can do influencer marketing, spend a lot of money, but get nothing out of it. But you can also do it organically through good relationships and build your community around it. So here the picture is actually from a recent photo shoot for Yoga Gang, which is, maybe some of you know, a project of my friends Klára Pokorná, yoga teacher, and Terry Hodanová. And we basically dressed a lot of people there, and we also do merch with them. So through those relationships, we try to also do some special collaborations and spread the word out even through other platforms. Events, we do some events like slow days. This is where we launched basically yoga special places. We had our stands there, and now we will be at all the Yoga Gang events, and we will also do our own. And print, instead of classic advertisement, we did press releases, and we got into Elle, Kondice, Moje psychologie. We got interviews in Lidové noviny, and we got mentioned also in an article in Harper's Bazaar. So without actually a big budget and doing it organically, we were able to quite quickly get a good amount of people on Instagram and get a good word out in classic print media. So the importance of social media, as I said, it's a point of information, storytelling, and brand awareness. We don't use it only to post about the products, we also use it for information. So for example, here is a picture of plastic water bottle, and why we included it, because it's one of the raw materials that is included basically in our clothes. And we wanted to talk more about circular economy and about the material, so that the customers don't only go to the brand because, oh, it looks nice, I want to buy it. No, they will go there because they love the story, they know what we stand for, and they know every detail of it. so that they can connect to it and basically have it as a friend, kind of. So since launching in December, or we established Instagram at the end of November, we have currently, this is the figure from today, 3,286 followers, which when we were comparing to other brands is quite good for a short amount of time. Our audience is 96% women, which is understandable because we only showcase it now on women. The only product that can be for men is the unisex t-shirt, but we plan to do men's collection as well. And the audience is 18 to 24 and 25 to 34, the strongest. In terms of like geography, people from the Czech Republic follow us, then second is Slovakia, then we have Netherlands, UK, Germany, Austria. And Discovery Weekly, just weekly, around 5,000 people reach us, and we get around 45 to 50,000 in impressions. We also try to spread a unique hashtag. So we checked when we tried to find a word for our brand that would really like summarize what we stand for, and it was Planet Loving Activewear. That's also what you see when you go on our website, is the first thing that is there. So this is our hashtag. It has not existed before, it exists now. So this is how people can share us. We also do influencer marketing, but as I said, it's either in form of barter or through friends who I made through yoga. So for example, Clara Yoga, I met her, I go to her classes, she's my friend now, so we collaborate on other projects. So through her, I managed to also get the word out for Circlle. Terry Hodanova, she was a massive, massive help. I met her also through yoga, we became friends, and it wasn't like, oh, I want to be her friend because she will do something for me. No, it was organic. She saw it on me, she saw it on other people, she liked it, so she shared it, and wow, only her posts got us around 1,000 followers, and we did a special code for her birthday, and that increased our sales in April by 100%. And through her also, an online editor from Vogue Czechoslovakia found us. So she reached out, we were mentioned in Vogue Czechoslovakia, and she also did the latest photo shoot for us, this other editor. So you can see some of her pictures now recently on Circlle. Other influencers are mentioned here. Mariana Bečková, for example, she did the first photo shoot for us. Zuzana Klingrova is another very important, let's say, yoga person here. And Nedla Adel, recently we met, we bonded, and she is more of a gym bunny and powerlifter. So through her, Circlle will get again to another demographic, more people not only going for yoga, but maybe those who go to the gym. So future plans, just to summarize it. We plan on doing more events, and as I said, Circlle, I wanted it always to be a community. So we start doing Circlle Yoga. So from next Tuesday, everyone who wants to come in Prague to Circlle Yoga, DM us or write us email. We will be doing Circlle Yoga. It will be a yoga session, 1 hour long, and then we will just chat and bond, because in many classes you go to yoga, you leave, you don't talk to the people, just like that. No, I want people to meet, to ask me questions, to get feedback from them, and also build a community. And we will do a secret Facebook group where people can maybe exchange clothes. Okay, so maybe other sustainable ideas that we can incorporate, and for them to have, let's say, new friends who maybe they don't have in a family, because their families might not be interested in sustainability at all. So they will meet them through Circlle, and they can share sustainable tips, and we can just all live sustainably, happily ever after. We will also do Circlle sustainable retreats. So we will connect yoga, traveling, and some workshops on that retreat, also like sustainable fashion education. In terms of collections and product lines, we are launching swimwear very soon. We will have more activewear collections and men collections. We plan on EU and international expansion. We do EU deliveries now, so that's great. That is another thing that it might look easy, but building the e-commerce and the logistics around is never easy. Pop-up events, as I said, we will have Yoga Gang collaborations and our own events, and we will do more influencer marketing. We will create now special codes, more to have an incentive to buy, because oftentimes we saw that people share it, they then follow us, but they don't necessarily buy. So to just give them an incentive to buy, we will do special codes for free shipping, but we will not do sales, because sales in sustainability doesn't really go hand in hand, because you then devalue the work of the people who manufacture it and of the product itself. Sustainable fashion is not about being cheap, it's about being ethically manufactured and about using good quality materials that are timeless. So those codes will be an incentive to buy without really diminishing the value of the brand itself. So yes, those are the plans, and where to find us. You have the website, Instagram, and email